Being a Christian and a God-fearing man, I made an executive decision and I did this.
5、4、3、2、1。
So what is going on here? Well, stay tuned and you can find out a little bit later on. A warm welcome to the show. My name is James. This is the James Neil Cooper channel, and today's topic is Industry Insider quotes China acknowledges downside to the Three Gorges Dam. And let me just read straight away an article just to entice you a little bit further. China's landmark Three Gorges Dam project provides benefit to the Chinese people, but has created a myriad of urgent problems, from relocation of more than 1 million residents to risk of geological disasters, the Chinese government has said and acknowledged. And we can find out more a little bit later on. But let's do the musical weather right now over the Yangtze River, central China, and a little pitter-patter of rain is on its way. Okay, let's have a look at the levels for today for you. Kutan is at 168.54. That has gone up. The Three Gorges, as I said yesterday, it's gone down again, 167.94. The inflow is back at 6,800, but the outflow is 9,660. Yes, I do need a new pair of glasses. You sort of wonder if they just type in these figures saying what the hell, and they don't even have any idea of the actual inflow and outflow, because it really is all higgledy-piggledy. And what would it look like if the Three Gorges Dam did actually break and you were in Wuhan, for example, just driving your car? I think it would look something like this. It would be like a horror movie. Going back to the title, China acknowledges downside to Three Gorges Dam. Now let's have a read from a Chinese newspaper when they realized that the Three Gorges Dam, well, was a little bit of a oopsie-doopsie mistake. Towns, fields, and archaeological sites have been submerged, just as pollution and geological threats have risen around the slopes around the 660-kilometer reservoir. Last year, China's media began fretting about the dam, which could meet the long-term objectives of flood control, and officials have since been toning down claims of its flood-taming abilities. An environmental activist who has opposed the Three Gorges project said the damage caused by the dam in some cases has been irreversible, it can't go back, and in some other cases would require vast sums of money to resolve. The most serious threat is that of geological disasters. Now that the dam is in place for a period of time, no money or no amount of money can fix a problem. It fundamentally cannot be resolved. He goes on to say, the geological and hydro-engineering respectively did not appear in the celebration ceremony for the opening of the dam, because as an industry insider, they were aware of the risks of the project. It's all very interesting reading, and if you cover from the very beginning of the Three Gorges Dam, from the actual concept close to 100 years ago to the Mao era when they had no money to build, and when they did in the 1990s, and 60% of the officials said yeah, but 40 said no, and so many engineers came out and say this should not happen, and did actually quote saying smaller dams would be actually far more efficient, manageable, and the reservoir, the Three Gorges, the Yangtze River, would not need to be flooded before the Three Gorges. It could actually be a free-flowing river, and you're going to have less floods. Take 2020 for example. At the very beginning of this video, I did have a siren, and this is a siren related to the warning system in big cities in China related to earthquakes. You could say at least every week there is an earthquake in China. Nothing so big, usually like a 4.5, and this is found in the western part of China like Tibet or Xinjiang. But there are monitoring controls, and this was advertised on Chinese TV network called CTGN, Chinese Television Global Network. And here you can actually see some pictures of and some videos of the equipment. Now, we don't know what they are, but I would guess they can monitor. And if they do feel, or these machines pick up a seismic activity, then the sirens go off like they did at the beginning of the show. Something else I did find that I found quite interesting as well, that a satellite company in in Europe, Envistat, monitoring China floods, part of the Jagan program. So they can monitor the rainfall, whatever, and then they can inform people. Now, obviously the Chinese government don't inform the people, but the people living by rivers, possibly by no choice, wouldn't even have this information. It's not passed down the line. Usually it gets swallowed up in or just thrown in the garbage. But this is an article that I'm going to read. Yes, more reading today. And you can read what this monitoring system does. Summer flooding is nothing new in these regions of the People's Republic of China, though this year it is providing particular severe floods, more than 800 casualties, etc. So this is taken in 2020. 2.45 million people have been evacuated homes. However, this season's flooding has been monitored in near real-time satellite radar sensor systems, which can acquire imagery both of the day and night in all weathers. And again, you can see the pictures of what the satellite or the imaging system looks like. Whether it gets passed down to the people who need to know, I'm sure it does, but then it needs to be passed up to someone higher in control, and people are so scared of losing their job, they possibly just dismiss it. One person last year in 2021 with the floods in Henan province was now being blamed because he didn't pass the information on. So hopefully the power of media, the power of whatever it is influencing that things have got to be done faster when there is an emergency situation. Floods in China will be coming this year, maybe next month in April time we will start to see reports of that. Of course, we will be monitoring the whole situation, and the question arises once again, why aren't they prepared if they know it's going to happen? If they know it's going to happen. It's like the floods here, like the floods in Bangkok, in Thailand. We know it's going to happen, and this city, for example, they last year did a massive road, 38 road project, and they improved the draining system of the whole city. So that has been done. Why can't China do the same? It feels like a little bit of a rant and rave today. Got to say hello to my newest member on Patreon. Pamela, thank you so much for joining the program, and welcome to the very exclusive club. And if anyone else wants to, just see the link in the description below, and that will take you directly to Patreon. My subscribers is 30,388, and if you haven't subscribed, I would really appreciate it more than a thumbs up, so to speak, or even a comment, because this is the growth of the channel. And I do have ambitions, and yep, sometimes I do make mistakes of posting some kind of videos which I should, whatever the situation. But if you haven't subscribed, that would be really helpful indeed. That is about it for today. Thank you as always for your time. I should be back tomorrow on Monday. That will be Monday the 7th of March, my time, 2022. Have a blessed and peaceful Sunday, and I will wish you happiness wherever you are in the world. Thank you, and be good to each other. Bye-bye. Being a God-fearing man and a Christian, I made an executive decision and decided to do this. Is this working? Is this working? Is this working? So, is this working? 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 Is this working?